1% of dudes rapping, they ain't nice as me. 98% ain't live the same type of life as me. The judge gave me life and then they sent me where the life is be. That level 4 with depth and vice, the type of stuff they like to see. Two choices, fight or flee. I refuse to die a chump. I never been a mark, but damn, it's scary when that riot jump. I seen dudes cry, get pumped, and some sexually brutalized. Knew a dude who lost his life and he was only doing 5 year-long racial fights when homie all you do is ride. Lonely days and nights up in a hole causing suicide. From the moment you arrive, you see the Mexican mafia, AB skinheads with big giant swastikas, pro-black philosophers, the BGF, the Kumi, and Muslims who will murk you from the nation to the Sunni. That MS was loony, quick to ride up on they rival. Even Christians went to church, hide knives up in a Bible. Political and tribal, the Crips and Damus, the Long Beach, the Hubs and the Dubs and the Grooves, the IE, the Bakersfield, the Dago Pyrus, the Hustlers quick to roll, the gangsters gon' move. Whatever.
Say what's cracking, YouTube? It's your boy 16 to Life, and I'm back like I'm on a parole violation. Guard down! Now, for those of y'all that's new to my page, in 1994, I got arrested. I was eventually sentenced to 16 years plus life, and I served 24 years straight in the California prison system. Yeah, that was me gassing on that intro, and if you want to get that song, it's available only on a 10-song EP that you get directly from me on a digital download. If you're interested, hit me up on my email, 16tolife@gmail.com. Cash App, PayPal, or Zelle me $20, and I'm going to get it to you ASAP. If you want to check out more of my music, go to my YouTube playlist, scroll down to gas stations, or you can type in 16 to Life gas stations, and a lot of my music will pop up. Also, if you're new to the channel, go binge watch my older content at Binge Watch the Best. I got riots, fights, funny stories, all types of stuff, man. Now let's hop right up into this video. Now I think already by now, man, y'all know the deal with me, man. I don't have any problems whatsoever coming on here and keeping it 100% transparent with y'all, man. If I'm doing a video for the views, I'm gonna tell y'all, hey man, this video is for the views. This video is to get bread. People like hearing about this type of content, so on and so forth. Like I say, man, I keep it 100, man. And so this particular video right here is not about the views whatsoever. This is a situation that I honestly think it really needs to be addressed. First and foremost, man, shout out to Chemo Flicks for bringing this type of stuff to the forefront, because he has a channel that I don't necessarily think a lot of people know about, so people may not even get a chance to see this type of thing, right? And I'm gonna keep it 100, man. I'm not hurt, I'm not upset by it, because I know at this stage in my life, you have individuals who do not like certain people, certain groups, certain races, for whatever reason, right? And so things like that definitely do not get me upset from afar, right? Like I said in one of my earlier videos, though, I was a little surprised to see this come from Gunner, right? In my mind, Gunner was a lot of things, but I never thought that Gunner was racist. And I'm gonna just keep it 100 with y'all. Today, I do. I think Gunner definitely has a lot of hidden racism in him, right? Because I had showed you guys a video earlier, not too long ago, where he was saying, basically telling Blue Devil, basically, man, shut up, you know, you bow down to blacks. And just in case you guys didn't see that video, I'm gonna show you the video right now.
He's part of the government. You're a rata and a black bow downer. Stop. He's part of the government. You're a rata and a black bow downer. Stop. Now
we have another video. Once again, what Gunner has says, in my opinion, man, is way past insensitive, right? And it's definitely racism at its finest, right? And like I said, it shocked me because Gunner is from up north. He's from Northern California, and historically, especially in the California penitentiaries, especially when you go back in time, the northern Mexicans and the blacks had an alliance, and they had definitely a close relationship, right? And so it just really surprised me that to see these things coming out of Gunner. Now, for those of you guys who may not be familiar with what's going on, Gunner has some type of beef with L. I've never followed the whole beef, right? So I don't know who's right. I don't know who's wrong. You know, individuals from time to time will go at it on YouTube. I mean, it is what it is, right? And my whole thing is, though, when you're going at it with an individual, attack that individual for whatever the merits of your attack are. Now, L happens to be married to a black woman, and so recently there was some alleged text going out that Gunner had referred to his wife as Mayate, which is basically another disrespectful term that some Mexicans use in reference to blacks when they're trying to be disrespectful. Gunner, of course, he came out and he said he didn't say it, right? And I just honestly think that with the things that we have seen from Gunner in the past, in my opinion, Gunner has lost all credibility. We have seen Gunner stoop as low as he possibly can in other times when he's attacking whatever dude he happens to be beefing with at that particular time and moment. We have seen Gunner say some very, very horrific things, right? And I think a lot of you guys know what I'm saying. I'm not even going to go into it, but I mean, Gunner, when Gunner is into it with someone, we have all seen Gunner say what he feels he needs to say, do what he needs to do to try to hurt, embarrass, and shame an individual. So it just really trips me out when I see Gunner and Dubs, and I'm going to say Gunner and Dubs because Dubs loves to say Gunner and I, and Gunner will say me and Dubs. It's like they're a package deal. So they come together. No homo. But I just honestly think that, you know, for Gunner will sit up there and say, oh, you know, I rock with the brothers, and this and that. So to me, like I said, the things that he says in an event to anger L or whatever, I definitely think I know that he has to know that this stuff is racism. It's not borderline racism. It's racism 100%. No questions asked, right? So I'm going to show you a video now where, well, matter of fact, let me just show you the video, man.
Hey, look, L, I know that's you. Go sleep with that negro, bro. Shut up. Hey, look, L, I know that's you. Go sleep with that negro, bro. Shut up.
So you saw the video right there where, and let's keep in mind once again that he's directing those comments toward L, who was another Mexican YouTuber who happens to be married to a black woman. And he tells him, shut up, L, and go sleep with that negro. So, I mean, I don't understand why when, if you happen to get into it with L, and if you happen to feel it's necessary to attack his wife, I mean, you know, that's you guys' beef, whatever, right? I don't understand why the color of her skin or her race happens to be your target or your point of attack. And so to me, that's crazy. You know, I'm a dude who likes to clown, right? And I mean no disrespect to L when I say this, that, you know, you have called his wife AC Green and this and that. Now, to me, in my opinion, that's not racist, right? L happens to be married to a black woman. So if Gunner is going to attack her and be disrespectful, of course he's not going to say that she looks like somebody white or somebody Mexican that he may not find appealing. Of course he's going to say something that's, you know, in relation to somebody black. So to me, that's not, you know, honestly, I don't feel that's racist at all. It might be a low blow, but I don't think it's racist. But to attack him and seem like you are degrading him by the fact that he is with a black woman and you tell him, shut up, go sleep with that negra, like, you know, like that's a disrespectful thing to say. Basically, you're saying, shut up, go sleep with that woman who is beneath me. You know, you're sleeping with something that you shouldn't be sleeping with. And so to me, that's where the racism lies. And once again, like I say, I don't understand how he doesn't seem to see a problem with that. He pretends like there's no harm, no foul in him saying that, right? And so now let me bring up his buddy Dubs, right? Now, in my opinion, right, it is never an individual's job to stop a grown man from saying what he's saying, right? Whether he's your friend or whatever. I mean, you can do that, but that's not your job. That's not Dubs' responsibility, right? Because at the end of the day, if a grown man says something or does something, he is the one who has to be held accountable for his actions, right? But while him and Dubs are up there on that live together, and Dubs hears this man being disrespectful in a racist type fashion or saying things that can be applied to the whole race in general, what I would do in that situation, right? If I'm sitting up on live with another individual, another black dude, and he is saying something that's disrespectful to the whites or to the Mexicans, Hispanics, or the Latinos, what I'm going to do is I'm going to say, hold on, homie, listen. I'm not fit to be a part of this. I'm not fit to sit up here and listen to you say these disrespectful things to other races and not say anything, because then it seems like I'm in concert with you and I'm pretty much endorsing what you're saying by not telling you that you're wrong and you're foul, you know. So while I may not try to check you, I'm not fit to be a part of it. We fit to get off this live, and you, if you want to do that, you can do that on your own. And so, you know, and I take Dubs to task on that, because of course, for those who are familiar with Dubs, Dubs tries to act like he has so much klecha. And for those who may not understand that, the brothers who are from California or who may not be from California, right? Basically, klecha is your schooling, you know, the way you was taught to go about whatever you're going about. And so, you know, Dubs seems like he's the more political savvy of the two when it comes to respect, because the penitentiary in all, well, I was going to say in California, but all penitentiaries are based on respect. You must have respect to survive in any penitentiary. I don't care if it's a level 1 to a level 4. You know, without respect, you are not going to survive on that penitentiary. And so Dubs wants to act like at times he was a spokesperson and he went and spoke and he dealt with this car and he dealt with that car. And when you do that, you have to have some type of diplomacy. You have to know how to say the right words. Even if you are boiling, angry, and upset, you still don't go to an individual and say, hey man, if you guys don't come out at 9:30 with this money that you owe us, we finna to thrash you, bash you, and smash you, so on and so forth. You don't say things like that. You say it in a diplomatic way. It's like, hey man, you know, my people aren't happy with this and we want the situation rectified. And if it can't be rectified, then, you know, we may have to seek another course of action to solve this, or however you want to say it, right? So Dubs, like I said, he seems like he's the one who, out of those two, he is way more schooled in respectability, right? But not only does Dubs not even attempt to say, hey homie, you know, you're being wrong, or distance himself from that, I'm gonna show you guys the video again. Look at the face that Dubs makes when he says go sleep with that negra. Dubs smirks, he smiles, he puts his head down like he's trying to stifle a humongous laugh. And so check this out.
Hey, look, L, I know that's you. Go sleep with that negro, bro. Shut up. Hey, look, L, I know that's you. Go sleep with that negro, bro. Shut up.
And so, yeah, you just saw Dubs' face. And so, to me, you know, that is Dubs doing that little smirk, like, you know, because Dubs has already admitted in other videos that at one point in time, he was a full-fledged racist. Dubs has admitted that. You know me, I can bring you guys the receipts. I don't think I have to, but I can definitely do it. You know, I already got the video saved and downloaded, so I definitely can do that at any time. But now, so Dubs claims, though, that when he went to prison, his homies talking to him, I guess his older homies telling him that racism had no place in trying to make money. And just that magic talk that he had with his homies, now poof, he's no longer a racist, because he's had some talks with certain individuals, right? And they just scrubbed his soul, his system, his mind of that racist, right? But I've seen Dubs in a video say in some certain situations that racist is right here on his shoulder, speaking into him and so on and so forth. And anybody who's seen Dubs in some of his earlier videos when he was in the machine shop and even a little after then, definitely can see that Dubs now is a very different individual who he claimed he was back then and who he proclaimed he was going to be. I've seen videos where Dubs was saying that he wasn't going to be telling war stories on his channel. Imagine that. I've seen videos where Dubs was actually at one point in time, he was giving props to Wes Watson, saying that Wes Watson was an inspiration and he was inspiring people. So Dubs has came a long way from who he proclaimed he was back then, right? And so for whatever reason, he's walked away from a lot of the standards that he's had from himself, right? And so it seems like that, a lot of these ways that Dubs was trying to rid himself has sneaked back into Dubs in some, some form of fashion or whatever. But that smirk that Dubs gave when when Gunner directed those comments toward L, in my opinion, it said a whole lot. Like I said, me myself, I would not be a part of any individual saying anything, doing anything that I didn't agree with. I'm not going to be sitting on a live when a dude is being disrespectful. Like I've said in the past, I have interviewed people and they have said things that I don't necessarily think was racist, but they have said things that I just didn't agree with in terms of other races. And I edited out of that video. I didn't think that my channel was going to be my channel was not going to be the legs for some type of stuff that I definitely don't believe in. And so I seen a video that Gunner had done a couple of days ago, and he addressed some of these things about him supposed to be a racist. And in that video, he said, man, just check out my content. We have seen your content, and I searched for that video and I no longer see it. So I don't know if he took the video down or whatever, but this right here, this video is definitely not about clicks and views. I honestly believe that this is a situation that Gunner should address. I'm not saying that he must, and I'm not saying that of course he owes, the blacks an explanation or whatever. I'm just saying that I do not see why he would not address this issue when he claims to be a dude that's about the unity of the black and brown people. So this is a message right here to Gunner. Gunner, you must know that those words are extremely disrespectful toward black people. I don't see why her color of skin, her race is the point of your attack, especially when you're saying it in a derogatory fashion and you're using those words as an instrument to try to hurt. And like I said, you're not saying that she's unattractive, or you're not attacking that, she might be tall or she might be short. You are attacking the color of her skin as a point of trying to be hurtful towards L. And like I said, while you attempt to do that, you also must know that that is disrespectful to anyone who is a black person. And so I definitely don't understand that, and of course, he may or he may not make a video on this. He'll definitely see it because you'll have people on YouTube who send it to him if he just doesn't see it on his own. But like I said, to duck around and address all these other issues and not address this is something to me that I don't understand. But more than likely, he'll make it seem like somebody's just trying to hate on him. They're using his name for, likes and clicks and stuff like that. But like I said, it's definitely it's mind-boggling to me. I could only imagine someone saying something like that was definitely, without a question, disrespectful to the Mexican race. And I can only imagine what Dubs and Gunner's reply would be. If I was to be caught on tape or something like that saying something disrespectful, them dudes would be all on my hell meat though with no problem. I just seen a video the other day, and I'm gonna get on that, where Dubs accuses me of being racist for making videos about him. Just about him. He doesn't say about anybody else, just because I'm making videos about him, so I'm a racist at this point, But anyway, to me, like I said, it's crazy. And I really think that, you have a lot of individuals out there who would like to get an explanation of what you exactly mean when you say Blue Devil is a black bow downer. Why is it bad to be a black bow downer? And why are you attacking L's wife on the color of her skin? Why is sleeping with a negro a bad thing? Anyway, man, you already know what it is. It's your boy 16 to life. Resume normal program.